Northgate Youth High School. What is up, guys? We are live right now. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you're excited. We have our first ever youth live stream happening right now for high school. Right now, I need you to blow up the chat right now. Say a woo, say a whoop, whatever you got to do. Let's get excited, guys. It is going to be an awesome night here at High School Youth. Well, hey, if I haven't got the chance to meet you yet, my name is Joshua. I'm the high school coordinator here, and I'm so excited that you have decided to join us here on our first ever Northgate Youth live stream. I'm sure some of you are wondering out there, what do we do on a Northgate Youth live stream? Well, you are about to find out, but to give you a little bit of a snippet about what is gonna happen, this is right now, this is called the opening, so you're right in it. You're in it right now. This is the opening. After this, we're gonna have some games that we're gonna play. We have a video that we're gonna show you guys. We got some announcements, and we have a very special giveaway we're gonna be giving away as well. There's gonna be a message, and after everything, there's even going to be Zoom small groups, all right? So I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are ready. It's gonna be an awesome, awesome night. And I know right now all of your ears just perked up when I said giveaway, and you're thinking, how do I get into this giveaway? Well, it's really easy. It's real simple, all right? All you have to do in the chat right now is just put your name. That's one entry into the giveaway right there. Nice and easy, right? We made it nice and easy for you guys. So all you got to do, I know some of you guys probably have some crazy names like Falcon Guy, or I don't know what kind of handle you have on YouTube, but whatever handle you guys have, put your name in the chat. We'll make sure that your name gets put into a draw. And then from there, if you're saying, that sounds great, but I'd love some more entries. Well, there's another way you guys can do that as well. If you take a screenshot of your screen right now, or a picture on your laptop, your TV, whatever you're watching on right now, if you take a screenshot, you head over to Instagram and you put @NGateYouth on your story to share the live stream, expand our reach, then you could get another entry into the giveaway to win a Booster Juice gift card. All right, so pretty exciting stuff. We got some pretty exciting stuff coming up. So those are two ways that you can enter into the giveaway. So right now, put your name into the chat, post this on your story. It is gonna be an awesome night here at Northgate Youth. But without further ado, we are gonna get into the game section of this evening. So what's gonna happen is, you guys are gonna slide over here. You guys are gonna see a couple of my friends that I like to call Tamara and Marcus. So you guys are gonna slide over, play a game. I will see you guys in a bit.
What's up, Northgate Youth? I'm Tamara.
And I'm Marcus.
And man, have we got a game for you. We've got some trivia, and Marcus is gonna explain how this is gonna work to you guys.
Yeah, here we go, guys. We got some cue cards with some questions, and we are going to read you a question out. It's also gonna be posted in the chat for easier access, and what you have to do is try and guess it. The first person to guess it correctly will get 100 points. And you might be thinking, what are the points for? Well, we have a giveaway. We're going to be giving away a champion handbag filled with lots of goodies like beef jerky and Sour Patch Kids and Twizzlers, good treats, and sorry, it's a fanny pack, but the cool fanny pack. So anyways, guys, we are going to get into the trivia here. It's based on birds and insects. So here is the first question. What kind of bird is great at mimicking or copying human speech and sounds?
That's tough. Okay, guys, put your answers in the chat. We're looking for it. We're waiting for it. I don't see it yet. I know you guys got this. Someone said a cow. I don't think that's a bird. I think, good try, but I don't think that's a bird.
It's kind of a trick question. You would think it's a parrot, but it's actually not. Oh, it's the Marcus bird. That's my favorite bird.
The Marcus bird. Yeah, it's not a parrot. We'll give you that. Keep guessing. I know you guys got it in you. There are, I want to give you a hint, but I don't know how. Oh, actually, I do know how. Can I give them a hint?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, it's kind of like a crow, but it's a different name for a crow.
I think it might be slightly bigger, too.
Bigger than a crow.
Oh!
Danny Bay, a raven. That's right. Ravens are surprisingly good at mimicking humans. Yeah, got you guys on that one.
Good job, Danny.
Question that we have for you is, Which bird has the largest eyes out of any land animal?
Big eyes. I think they might even have bigger eyes than a human, but I don't know if we're classified as land animals or not, so it's kind of a tricky subject.
Oh, we already got it. Evan Howard.
Good job, Evan.
Ostrich. That's right. Sorry, it took me a second to read the name there. I'm a slow reader, and the chat is moving, and my eyes can't keep up. It's too much for me.
Good job, Evan. Next question. What kind of bird devours its prey whole, all in one big bite? Nice.
That sounds terrifying. That does not sound nice at all. I don't even actually know the answer to this one.
Wow, we got another quick answer right there for Herc Shaw. That is correct. It is an owl. Good job, Herc Shaw. You get 100 points.
Nice. 100 points. That is a lot of points. Okay. Next question is, what kind of bird can only eat when their head is upside down? Upside down. Think about it. Is it a Marcus bird? No, it's not
it's
a Marcus bird. A Tamara bird?
Oh, Daniel! Daniel got it right. It's a flamingo.
A flamingo. They have really long necks, so I think that makes sense. Okay. Are you guys ready for okay. Okay. Next question, Marcus, take it away.
What is a king honeybee called? We know there's queen bees, but what is the name for a king bee?
I thought there was only queen bees.
Yeah, I did too, but...
I thought the rest were just worker bees.
Well, maybe the king worker bee.
The king, what?
Oh, we got it there, Herc again. Yes, it is a drone. I'm not sure if that's what drones are named after, if they named them after the bees, or maybe they named the bees after the flying thingies, but there we go, another 100 points.
Nice. I'd also like to address in the chat JB. That one just sounds cool. That's all. Okay. Which bird has the longest wingspan? Think about it. Of all the birds you know, which one has the largest wingspan? Oh, Danny Bay, quick with it, an albatross. Nice, way to go. I believe there's a song about albatri. If you guys want to look that one up.
Albatrosses.
Later, tomorrow, whenever you want.
It's a bop. It's a bop. You got to listen to it. All right, next question, guys. This one's pretty tricky, but I'll give you a hint right off the bat. It's a high number, okay? How many species of insects have been identified in the world?
How many insects in the world?
Yep. How many exist? You don't have to get an exact number because it's a pretty rounded number.
Oh, I don't know. I'm confused. I'm lost. It sounds like a lot of bugs, and I don't like it.
I see some big ones. It's bigger than a majority of them, but smaller than some of them.
Yeah, that's really vague. Yeah, it's a number, so...
Well, I can't give them too big of a hint right off the bat.
Okay. I don't know how we're going to judge who's closest, because I can't do math that fast.
It's under 1 million.
Should we give it to that one?
You see one that's close? If we get any closer... Oh.
I think that's no. I just think the first one was the closest. That one.
All right.
Okay, this is the first one we saw of this number, so we'll give it to...
I believe it was...
I don't know.
I believe it was Ava. Ava, yes.
Yes.
The answer is 925,000. And you guessed 900,000. It was the first one we guessed that was the closest. So you are going to get the points for that one.
Like I said, I really can't keep up with this chat. Market had helped me a lot on that one. I could not see it. Okay, during peak production, how many eggs can a queen bee lay per day? It's another number question for you. If you like math, if you like graphs, if you like the peak production of queen bees, perhaps. Like Marcus said, they're smaller than some of these, but bigger than some of these.
I think that's a pretty good hint.
Also, I definitely don't know how I'm gonna, the numbers just like all look the same to me. So Marcus is just gonna have to look at the chat for this one because I can't.
We haven't seen it yet. It's under 2,000. Sorry, that was a hint right off the bat, kinda.
I still don't see it.
Oh, this one
that's
is close.
really close.
Oh, there we go.
That one, I think.
All right, Danielle, you got it right. It's 1,500 eggs.
It sure is. That is a lot of eggs for one bee to lay during peak production. That's also a lot to say.
All right, the next question. What is a group of owls called?
I will give you a hint right off the bat for this one. It is not called a hoot.
Oh, wow.
Oh, some people actually guessed that. That's what I guessed.
A hoot?
A
A
hoot.
gang? A coo?
Oh,
Oh, there we go. Matt Robertson, you're correct. You were the first one to guess it. It was very close, Ava. But Matt gets a point for this one. It's a parliament. I didn't know that. But that's cool.
a parliament of owls. Just because they're so wise, I guess. Right? Well, owls are wise? I don't know. I've never talked to one.
Yeah,
so.
owls are wise. I have talked to one.
Oh, okay. Which insects are attracted to stinky feet? Absolutely disgusting, gross, yuck. Never want to talk about this ever again after this. It's not a stink bug.
Whoa, Matt Robertson, that's a low blow. I don't think Tamara's attracted to stinky feet.
That's so mean. Why would I'm not an insect. One, I'm not an insect. Two, ew.
Nope.
Okay.
It looks like Everett got the question correct for this
Nice.
one.
It's
Mosquitoes.
mosquitoes.
Mosquito.
Literally, the word toe is in that. So, all you had to do was a little bit of process of elimination, and you would have figured it out super fast. Okay, I have one last question for you guys. What insect was responsible for transmitting the bubonic or Black Plague? Exact answers only. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yep.
It was not lice. It was not gnats.
Or ants.
It was not serpents.
Oh.
That's not an insect or a bird. Was not a leech. Was not Herc Shaw. It was a rat flea. Congratulations,
Wow.
sir. Wow. A lot of you said flea, but you didn't say rat flea.
It was the rat flea.
Yeah, like I said, exact answers only. I don't take anything less than the best. So, way to go, Howie, on that one. We're gonna leave you guys in a little bit of the dark on who won this game. We'll come back to you with that later. But we just want to remind you that there is a giveaway for a Booster Juice gift card. So make sure you comment your name to enter, or to get another entry, screenshot, take a picture of you watching the live stream, post it to Instagram at Ngate Youth, and you'll be entered again for the draw for that $10 Booster Juice gift card.
This is the last chance, guys. Last chance.
Yeah.
So make sure to comment, get your vote in.
Yeah, we're making it super clear, so no one can say it's rigged. You can't complain. Now is your chance. We're even giving you time right now. Look at that. Okay, guys, we're gonna watch Table Talk for this week.
Live long and prosper.
Hey guys! Welcome back to our first Table Talk of 2021. This is Tamara.
I'm Gracie.
And I'm Marcus.
Guys, today we are
Baking a cake!
But of course, it wouldn't be Table Talk without the Northgate Youth Toys. So we are gonna be wearing these goggles. They make your vision very, very wacky.
We're gonna dive right in.
Can I have a bowl? How much butter do we need? Perfect. Where's the butter? Oh, do we have a knife? This is not a knife. I got it. Oh, 3/4 cups. Is the sugar in here? Yeah, but wait. Oh, but let's cream it together. Oh yeah, it's getting there. I already know it looks yummy. We need 2 large egg whites. I'm just gonna. Oh, that feels like a lot of egg whites.
2 egg whites?
Yeah, that felt like at least 5. Oh!
There we go.
Baking soda.
Yo, wait, what is this?
Baking powder. Is it in your hands? No, I need baking powder. Oh, doesn't this look so good?
A little closer right here.
Did I get flour? The flour go everywhere, or did I just go blind? It's really like liquidy. Maybe it's because of all the egg whites. Okay, stop. Wait, baking powder is supposed to be liquid. Okay, milkman. What do you guys think? What is that?
Why is it green?
Ah, what?
Why is it red now?
Be careful. Whoa, why is your hand so red?
Do we have spray?
Where's the pen?
Wow, it's a thick cake.
Looks pretty clean, doesn't it? You guys see it?
Oh.
Fingers in your hair. Okay, buttercream. Confectioner's sugar. Do we have that? We have sugar. I don't think anything can go wrong.
That's a lot of sugar.
Think of it this way. Our butter is salted, so it's gonna be. We need to cancel it out. Oh!
Let's slow down. It's going everywhere.
3 tablespoons. That was for whole milk. You need way more than 3 tablespoons.
Okay. There we go.
It definitely was icing sugar, preheated.
Yeah.
But it tastes good.
Can we get a slow-mo shot of this?
You guys have stayed tuned, I see. Well, I have the cake. Doesn't it look amazing?
The legendary cake.
Yeah, doesn't it look like something, if you're ever just hungry, isn't this what you think of? You think like, oh, I want to go to my pantry and get a green cake right now. Well, today, me and Gracie are gonna try it for the first time. We haven't tried it yet. We had some other people. There's actually a lot of it missing, so must be good, I guess. But we're gonna try it for the first time ever tonight, live, for you all. I'm actually very scared.
Me too. I put a lot of egg whites in there, guys.
You guys saw how it was made. It just doesn't look sanitary, but that's fine. Would you like a middle piece or a corner piece?
I would like a middle piece.
This is a very thick cake. Thank you, Gracie. It feels like bread.
Oh.
Very dense.
Just use your fork. Can we try it at the same time?
Yeah, I'm also gonna take a middle piece just because the crust looks really crusty, and I don't need that in my life, not today, at least. Okay.
Also, this has been sitting in the fridge for
This has been sitting in the fridge since we filmed that video, and that was a week ago. So this is week and a half old, wrongly made cake.
Yes.
Are you ready to try it?
Yes.
I'm gonna have some with icing.
Oh.
Okay. Cheers. It's really crunchy.
It doesn't taste as bad as I thought it was going to.
It tastes like a cake, in a sense. The icing, just kind of sugar. Yeah.
You can taste the egg.
I don't know if I can taste the egg,
I can
but I
for sure
definitely
taste the
know
egg.
that the graininess, maybe it's sprinkles actually. I don't want to say our icing is bad,
It is bad.
but it's not good.
I can say it's bad.
It's definitely just straight up sugar. Like the more I move it around in my mouth, the more I'm like, why is this in my mouth?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right.
Moving on. I don't suggest you ever do that. For your stomach's sake, for your kitchen's sake, for the world's sake, and for bakers' sake. Don't do that to bakers. Guys,
All right.
are you ready to hear who won the game? Okay. Drum roll, please.
I'll give you a drum roll.
Everyone. Oh. Congratulations on winning a goodie bag made for champions, Danny Bay!
Oh!
Very well done. This goodie bag right here is yours. You get to sport it as a champion should, as a champion would, as a champion can.
Oh.
Because now she has one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, guys. We're going to move into some announcements.
Make sure you guys are joining us on Sundays. Be a part of our bigger church family. We'd love to see you guys on there, online. It's awesome, and you should join it. That's really all I have to say about it.
Yeah, Sundays are a fun time. You get to comment with everyone. It's pretty fun. Also, guys, after the sermon tonight, we are doing small groups on Zoom after the live stream. And so the link for that will be in our Instagram bio or, well, also thisweek.ngate.ca, and it will also be in the YouTube comment chat. So
Basically, no excuses. It's pretty much everywhere you look. There's literally no excuse for why you shouldn't be there.
The excuse, oh, I couldn't find the link. Yes, you could.
Yeah, yes, lie. Right now, telling you, you lied. You can find the link. Gracie just told you everywhere that it is. And when you guys join that Zoom, make sure you're joining with your real name so we know who you are. And your grade, so we know where you go. It really just makes sense.
It'd be very helpful.
Yes. Make sure you guys get connected on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook.
Just all of them.
Yeah, let's just blanket it. All of it.
All of
on
it.
the medias. Find us at Ngate Youth. It's the best.
I still want to eat this cake.
Really? It was that good? I
It's
feel
just
like it's
kinda
giving me
tempting.
like heart palpitations.
It is. It's all the sugar.
Yeah. One bite.
Can you
One.
do one?
Come on.
Can you do
I
one
did
more with
too.
me? I also did one too.
Wait, I don't want icing on my bite, just because I think that. Okay.
Cheers.
Mmm. It's so good.
I don't know what it tastes like, but it doesn't.
It's just so dense. I'm just gonna let it sit in my cheek and like mush a little bit. Okay, finally, we have our giveaway prize winner. You've all entered, you've shared the live stream, and we've put your names in this bowler hat with a plate under it,
Why is there a plate? We don't know.
in case you wanna eat some cake.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
Gracie, you wanna draw a name for us?
I do. Can you
Drum
give me
roll,
a-
please.
Give me a drum roll.
Liam Robertson! Congratulations on winning a $10 Booster Juice gift card. Guys,
Wow.
thanks for joining us on this week's Table Talk. Now check out this graphic for our new sermon series that we're starting today.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you guys so much, and great job to all of you guys out there on the live stream, commenting, all that kind of stuff. Special congratulations to Liam Robertson and Danielle Bay. Great job, guys. You went away with some nice prizes. But guys, I am so excited to be here with you guys today. It is a special day because not only is it our first ever youth live stream, we're also in the year 2021, and we're starting a brand new sermon series today. All right, so it is a good day to be here on the live stream. And as you guys just saw, we saw that our new sermon series is called Bulking Season, all right? Everybody say bulking season down there in the chat, all right? So we're gonna be talking about bulking season, all right? So if you don't know what bulking is, it's what you do like when you work out. All right, so bulking means to get bigger. All right, so if people go to the gym, you know, they say they're in bulking season. You know, they're trying to put on a couple extra pounds, trying to gain some weight, get some gains, all that kind of stuff. And we're gonna be talking about bulking, not when it comes to the gym, but bulking when it comes to our faith. And we're gonna be diving a little bit into what does it look like for us not to just have faith, to know who Jesus is or to know God, but to grow in our faith. Not just stay there, but to grow and to bulk and get these spiritual gains in our faith. So I'm super excited to hop into that with you guys today. Today, we are gonna be talking about faith. All right, we're gonna be talking about faith and what it looks like for us to rest on God's promises. Because, as I'm sure you guys all know, it's the new year. People love to make promises to themselves about what the year is gonna look like. You know, new year, new me, all this kind of stuff. People wanna say that this new year is gonna be so different, and they have all these goals, they have all these things that they want to do, and they make all these promises to themselves. But what we see is sometimes it's hard to stick with our promises. And I know for me, when I was growing up, there was many times where I promised myself that I would never do something, or promised myself I would never be a certain way, but as I went through life, I ended up doing those exact things. And I remember one specific time that I did this. This was when I lived on Salt Spring Island. All right, so big up Salt Spring Island. If you're from Salt Spring Island in the chat, make sure you let us know. Probably no one, but that's okay. So I remember when I was on Salt Spring, there was one cafe we always used to go to, and I always used to get these muffin tops. All right, I don't know if you guys know what muffin tops are. It's like a muffin, but it's just the top. All right, because you know, I wanted that crunch, right? I didn't want to bother with any of that moist softness at the bottom. I wanted the crunch of a good muffin, all right? Kind of like that cake we just had, all right? But hopefully it tasted a little bit better. So I love those muffin tops. So I asked my parents, can we please go and grab some muffin tops? So they were like, sure. So we get there, my mom, she gives me a $5 bill. I think I'm just balling at this point. She gives me the money, she says, go in yourself, you can go and buy yourself a muffin top. So I'm getting excited, I'm about like 8 years old at this time, like, man, I can't wait to go in there and get a muffin top. So, you know, I go and grab my muffin top. I remember it was a chocolate Oreo muffin top. The crunch was so exquisite. I can hear it, I can just hear it in my ears right now. It was just amazing. It was just amazing. And I remember I brought it outside and they gave me change for after I bought it. So I got the change, I brought it out to my parents that were in the car, and I give the change back to my parents. And here's where everything went wrong. All right, so for those of you that don't know my mother, she is the nicest person in the world in my eyes. I think she is the nicest person. If you know anything about her, she is just the nicest person. And because she's so nice, if she sees somebody that gets cheated, or if she sees somebody that isn't receiving justice, she'll say something about it. She'll make sure that that person gets justice. And it turns out, at this point in time, they shortchanged me, all right? So they didn't give me enough money back. They shortchanged me a whole 25 cents. I know, 25 cents, they chinced me. I didn't even know, all right? I just grabbed the money and I came back. And you know, that wasn't gonna fly with my mom, all right? Nobody steals 25 cents from her son, all right? So my mom, she's like, all right, Josh, we're gonna go inside and we're gonna go and talk to the manager. I was like, oh, Lord, no. I was like, why? So we go inside, my mom goes in, she talks to the people, she wanted her 25 cents back so bad, and I'm standing in the corner. I don't know if any of your guys' parents are like this either. I'm standing in the corner, I'm just so embarrassed. All right, I'm standing in the corner, like looking down, trying not to see, and then my mom's like, oh, tell them what you should have got or what you got. And I was like, no, like, can I just stand in the corner? And then she just keeps saying this stuff to them, and then eventually we get our 25 cents back. And I was like, that was probably one of the worst experiences of my life. I was so embarrassed, I didn't know what to do. And in that moment, I promised myself, I will never do that. I will never fight for my money back. People can take my money, they can do whatever they want, but I'm never gonna do that. And then I started making my own money and paying for my own things. And what I started to realize is I started to do the exact same thing. Now, maybe not quite 25 cents. I wasn't quite gonna go that far, but I can remember times, even recently, where I want a deal or I want something specific and I'm willing to go and talk to someone to make sure I get that deal or make sure I get this thing. And I'm like, man, like, what is happening to me? I'm turning into the exact thing I said I would never do. I promised myself I would never do this, yet it was the exact thing that I was doing. And I couldn't follow up on my promise. I couldn't keep it. And when I think of promises that don't get followed up with, I think of two things, all right? The first thing I think of is politics. No tea, no shade. Second thing I think of is New Year's resolutions. All right, as I said, people love to make goals, they love to make resolutions about what this new year is gonna look like. And I was doing some research on these promises and these goals that people say they're gonna do. And I found out that 60% of these goals that people say they're gonna do within the first 6 months of their conception end up not happening. All right, so all these goals that people have, all these dreams, all these visions, these things that people think they're gonna do, all of these things, 60% of them actually don't end up happening. And what we see is that we see the true weight of a promise when the going gets tough. You know, when the going gets tough, you get to see how true that promise was or how serious you were. I don't know if any of you guys are sports fans out there, but you see this a lot with sports, all right? There's kinds of sports fans that we like to call bandwagoners. All right, they hop on a team when they're doing well and good. As soon as they start doing bad, you know, they hop off the bandwagon, they go to another team. All right, I think of the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Warriors. If you watch basketball, in like 2016, 2017, 2015, everybody wanted to be a Cleveland fan. Everybody wanted to be a Warriors fan, but where are they now? Where are they now? Both of those teams are doing terribly right now in the league. And we see that so many people hop off the bandwagon once their team starts doing better. When the going gets tough, they start to hop off the bandwagon when things start to get hard. And that's with a lot of things in life. A lot of times people can't keep their promises. A lot of times people fail us. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your friends saying that they'll keep a promise for you or saying that they'll get you something or do something for you. And humans, we just fail in our promises sometimes. That's just the reality of life. But when I think of somebody that never fails on his promises, that never backs down from the promises that he has said to us, the first person that I think of, obviously, is God. That God is someone that never backs down from his promise. And what I want to do today, I want to read for you a verse that talks about the promise of God and what that means for us as people. All right, so we're going to be reading today from 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3. Wherever you're at, I'll let you grab your Bibles, open it up, turn to this passage from 2 Peter 1, verse 3. And it'll also be up on the screen if you don't have your Bible with you. So this is what it says, 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 3. It says, by his divine power, God has given us everything we need for a godly life. We have received all of this by coming to know him, the one who called us to himself by means of his marvelous glory and excellence. So it says that by God's divine power that God has given us everything we need to live a godly life. You know, there's a lot of people out there that might look at the Bible, you might see the Bible as just a bunch of rules. You know, just a bunch of things that is like impossible for a human. You start to read about Jesus, all these different things, and it seems like that's an impossible standard to keep. That's an impossible thing, and the truth of the matter is that it says in this passage that even though it may look impossible, even though you might look at the Bible as just a bunch of rules, it says here in this passage that God has given us everything we need to live a godly life. He gives us this desire. He gives us the strength. He gives us the motives to be able to follow him in these different kind of ways. You might be sitting there right now and feel like you can't follow God. You might be sitting there feeling like you can't come alongside God. You can't quite be a Christian because there's just too many rules and there's no way you could ever do it. For from this passage, it says that everyone, all of us, have been given everything that we need to live a godly life. And we find out that we get to receive this. It says we've been given everything we need and that we have received all of this by coming to know him. So we receive this power, we receive this ability to live a godly life through coming to know Jesus. And one thing we have to understand and recognize is that knowing of Jesus isn't a destination, but a journey. All right, and what I mean by that is that when we come to faith, you might be sitting there and you would call yourself a Christian. You might say, yeah, I believe in Jesus, I follow Jesus. But sometimes we just leave it at that and we don't continue to follow God. We don't continue to pray. We don't continue to read our Bible. We don't continue to have fellowship with other believers around with us. We don't continue to go to church or go to youth groups or all of these different things because we're not in a continual pursuit of knowing him. What we have to understand is that knowing God isn't a destination, but that it's a journey. Every day, it's something that we do day in and day out. I can tell you guys right now, I have been a Christian for most of my adult life. And I can tell you, every time I open the Bible, I learn something new. every time I pray, I learn something more about the character of God. I'm only scratching the surface of who God is. And I know for the rest of my life, I'm gonna continue to be discovering because, as I said, knowing God isn't a destination, it's a journey. So it's something that for us to receive this, we have to continue our pursuit of Jesus, continue in our knowledge and building up ourselves in Jesus and following him in our lives. Because it says, as I said, that he's given us everything we need. And Moses last night, I'll give him a shout out. He said this quick little one-liner that makes it really easy and easy to understand. And this is what it is. He has given us everything we need. So all we have to do is receive. He's given us everything we need, and all we have to do is receive. All we have to do is accept this gift. All we have to do is decide to follow him in our lives. And as I said, that's not a destination, it's a journey. It's a journey, a continual pursuit of Jesus in our lives. And the verse goes on and starts to talk about God's promise. And in verse number 4, it says this. It says, and because of his glory and excellence, he has given us his great and precious promise. These are the promises that enable you to share in his divine nature and escape the world's corruption caused by human desires. So what Peter calls it, the writer of this book, is his precious promise. All right, everybody put precious down in the comments right now. His precious promise. Peter only uses this word a few times in both of his letters that he writes. So we know that this is something important. And to define precious for you guys, this is what precious means. It means something of great value, not to be wasted or treated carelessly. So it's a thing of great value. It's a thing that we shouldn't treat carelessly. And that's what he says about God's promise, that God's promises to us are precious. And I'm sure you're wondering, what are God's promises? And in the Bible, there are a grand total of 7,487 promises that we see in the Bible. All right, and there might even be more than that as well. We see 7,487 promises that are in the Bible that God makes to his people and that God makes to us. He promises so many things. He promises us in the book of Isaiah, peace. He promises us that he will come again. He promises us that he gives us rest in the book of Matthew. He promises us that he knows the plans he has for us in Jeremiah. He promises us in 1 John, and when he was here on earth, that he forgives our sins. He promises us that he loves us. He promises us so many things in the Bible. And with all these promises, you know, if he missed a couple, you know, he did make 7,487 of them. If he missed a couple, okay. But that's not the God we serve. That's not the God that we believe in, that God is faithful, that God fulfills every single one of his promises, that even if you haven't seen it come to fruition yet, that God will stay true to his promise in the future, that God will come and that God will meet you in your life, because God is a faithful God. Because guys, compared to us, a lot of us can't even keep a New Year's resolution for 6 months, 60%. But God's 100%. God will always keep his promises. And what it takes for us to rest on his promise is first, this knowing of him, this receiving of his grace, that knowing we have everything that we need, that all we have to do is choose him. And that instead of resting on what the earth tells us and promises us, instead of resting on all of these other things, to instead rest on God's promises. And that when we do that, when we rest on God's promises, that he will meet us there and that God will give us everything that we need to walk in a life that is honored by him. Because as I said, people want to promise you a bunch of things in life. Guys, it's 2021. If you didn't know, it is 2021 right now. People look back at last year as one of the worst years ever. People be like, oh, 2020. I'm so glad we're out of that year. I'm so glad that it's over. 2020 is behind us. It's in the dust. But then we look here today, and realistically, we're in the same place as we were then. We still can't be all here in the same building. We still can't meet. We still have to wear masks. We still have to do all of these different things that they promised we'd be able to meet. They promised we'd be able to do all of these different things, and that as soon as it came to 2021, we thought magically it would be better, but that's just not how it works. It's just a new year, and what we need to realize is that, sure, the world will promise us a lot of things, but what we need to rest on is not the world's promise, not our friends' promises, but God's promise. And that when we do that, we can come and we can find peace, and that there are so many different things that God's promised to us and that we can rest on within our lives. We would only make the decision to rest on his promise instead of ours. So we choose God, we rest on his promises, and the third thing that we do is we act according to his promise. And that's what we're gonna be talking about here for the rest of this sermon series. What does it look like for us as his people? Not to just have faith, not to just know his promises, but to walk and act according to those promises. And we are gonna be breaking down those points throughout the next several weeks here as we dive into this bulking season sermon series. So the three things you guys need to remember is 1, choose God, rest on his promises, and then we act according to his promises. So I don't know where you're at tonight. I'm not sure where you're at in your faith. I'm not sure how highly you value God. I'm not sure how long you've been a Christian. I'm not sure if you're even not a Christian. Wherever you find yourself, I want you to ask yourself the question. Right now, I'm not sure if there's any distractions around you. Maybe you have another tab open. I invite you to close that. Maybe you have your phone out. You're watching on your computer. I invite you to close that right now. Wherever you're at, I just want you to close your eyes. All right, close your eyes and hold your hands out like this. If you're saying to yourself right now, maybe you've been resting a little bit too much on the promises of earth. Maybe there's been a lot of people that have failed you in your life or failed you in these different aspects, whether it's your parents failing you, your friends betraying you, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe there's been a lot of things like that, and you thought that this year was gonna be different, but this year just feels like more of the same. You know, this year was the year you thought you'd find freedom, but it just feels like the same thing. This year was the year where you were gonna do big things, but it feels like just more of the same. You feel like you're stuck in this place where these promises just aren't adding up for you. Right now, I just want you to ask God to meet you in this place right now. That if you would only make the decision to follow Jesus, if you've been a Christian for forever, or maybe even for the first time, this is you accepting Jesus into your heart. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pray for you, and after this, we are gonna break up into small groups, and we're gonna chat about this point a little bit more, about what it looks like for us to not rest on our promises, but rest on God's precious promises. So God, thank you so much for everybody on this live stream right now. Thank you for the special stories that each and every person on this live stream represents. God, I pray right now, Jesus, that just the knowing of your promises would just be made more known to all of us on this live stream right now. That maybe there's people here that had these big dreams. Maybe they had these big dreams about 2021. Maybe they were gonna find freedom. Maybe they were gonna find more friends. Maybe they were gonna not be bullied anymore. Maybe there was all these different things that they had planned, but they're in this year right now and it feels like just the same. Holy Spirit, I just invite you right now. I pray that you would just speak to us. God, that we know that we can rest on your promises, God. That if we choose you and we journey with you and we rest on your promise and act according to your promise, God, that we know you will be faithful. God, we know that you'll come alongside us, and we know that you'll just continue to remain firm and solid to us. God, we love you so much. And I just pray for deeper realizations of who you are. And I just pray over small groups after this that you would just continue to do your work in them. God, we pray this all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Joshua, guys, God never breaks his promises. That's not all. He gives us everything that we need. All we have to do is receive. So we're going to transition into the next steps, guys. We're going to take some next steps by joining the Zoom call with your small groups. So there's a few things I need to tell you. One, we'd like to ask that you join with your name and grade so we know who you are, and it'll make everything go really smooth. And two, you may be wondering where to get the link. So you can go to Northgate Youth on our Instagram and it'll be in the bio, or you can go to thisweek.northgate.ca and it'll be there as well. So once again, our Instagram bio at Northgate Youth and thisweek.northgate.ca. We will be there in around 5 minutes, so we'll see you guys shortly. Thank you.